from what I've always known of Meghan, she's not someone who's very materialistic. She really isn't. She's like, if you give her a book, she'll be happy, as long as it's thoughtful. So I don't think it'll be really hard, because she's never been the kind of girl who's like, oh, I want the newest bag, or she's just a very girl's girl. She's very down to earth, so I don't think it'll be really hard.
I think that's why people are sort of so excited about them as a couple, because not that they're rule breakers, but they seem kind of just like not what you would expect from the royals.
At all. I mean, I don't know what you expect from the royals, but I know that Meghan she's just super down to earth and really chill, and she always has been that, and she's still like that. So that's what I love about her, and that's why she's I think she'll be really an icon for young girls around the world.
In your camera roll in 2020, and you've done it in 2022 after I've done it.
Like,
Chelsea, come on now.
You bought the same jacket as the girl.
Chelsea, come on now.
Right. You bought the same outfit as the girl.
Chelsea, come on now.
You went on holiday, you're talking about, oh, you had a...
One thing is for sure, and two things are for certain. Black woman, we are the bomb. Secondly, we can't hide our facial expressions, even if we tried. We really can't hide them when we're around people that we know are full of shit, and we know that you be on some foul stuff. And sister girl right here is prime example, okay? See, Prince William was at a charity gala event, and in this shot, he's talking to Tom Cruise. And baby girl right here, she knows she in some foul company, because she couldn't even hide her facial expressions as Prince William is talking to Tom Cruise. She's giving very much, I know you're full of shit. It's giving, until you do right by Mother Markle, everything you touch is going to be shit. See, I love us for real. See, I saw this actually firsthand on the news. And then once I saw it, I said, oh, sister girl, no, he full of shit. Let me go find this clip, make sure what I was saying was true. And sure enough, I doubled down and found it. And baby girl, you giving the look. You're giving the look. I know that look. And it's giving, you're full of shit, William. Have a good day.
It's, extraordinary. I'm sure you're experiencing the same yourselves and your families and things, but we're stuck into homeschooling again.
A company had approached me and they basically just wanted to do MeghanMarkle.com. But for me, there was so much more that I wanted to share, and I really do have an organic and deep love of travel and of food.
Fine, thank you. It's, extraordinary. I'm sure you're experiencing the same yourselves and your families and things, but we're stuck into homeschooling again. I'm sure you're experiencing the same yourselves and your families and things.
It's the way I'm looking at her outfit. This Giorgio Armani suit is so chic, so elegant, effortlessly sexy, and I love it. I'm sorry, but her style is absolutely unmatched, and this look immediately has gone on my own personal style vision board. The tailoring is so impeccable, and I love the monochromatic black, the pop of a gold necklace, and her hair. This is what I want my hair to look like in a ponytail, and it never does. I just look like a hot mess, but she just pulls off this effortless hairstyle so well, and her natural makeup. Oh, I need Daniel to come and do my makeup. Teach me how he makes her just look so natural and glowy and absolutely stunning. For me, this is a 10 out of 10, and she will always forever be my number one.
Tabloids are still talking about Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex's appearance at Paris Fashion Week at Pier Paolo's debut for Balenciaga, proving yet again that if you want continued press coverage of your event, you want Meghan there. Meghan Markle invited herself to Paris Fashion Week, Balenciaga designer revealed. How Meghan Markle invited herself to Paris Fashion Week, Balenciaga's creative director reveals why Duchess made surprise appearance and how close they really are. We're going to get into what Pier Paolo actually said. First, let's discuss why the tabloids are even talking about this, besides the fact that negative stories about Meghan sell well. The narratives that the press has built around Meghan, that she doesn't really have any friends. These famous people that she's sometimes seen with or talks about aren't actually close with her and have slighted her in some totally embarrassing way. Let's get into this interview that Pier Paolo did with The Cut. They asked him a question about Meghan. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, made a surprise appearance at her first Paris Fashion Week show, wearing 2 custom looks. How did that happen? His response, quote, Meghan and I met some years ago and we've been texting ever since. She reached out and said she'd love to come to the show. There was no strategy or big orchestration. I didn't tell anyone she was coming because I wanted it to stay a surprise. In fashion, real surprises are rare and this one was beautiful. Ooh, burn. So she made a surprise appearance because she has a standing relationship, some could say friendship, with the designer. She said she would love to come, which presumably means Pier Paolo had to say, yeah, that would be fabulous. May I dress you in custom looks, one of the most photographed women in the world, for your first ever Paris Fashion Week. Let's not act like this wasn't a huge win for Balenciaga, who quite frankly could use it after the couple of years they've had. Where I assume some of the negative reporting comes from, besides the fact that it's Meghan, is what her spokesperson told People about the event. Over the years, the Duchess has worn a number of designs by Pier Paolo. They have worked closely together, collaborating on design for key moments on the world stage. She has long admired his craftsmanship and modern elegance, and tonight was no different. This evening reflects the culmination of many years of artistry and friendship reflected in her support for his new creative chapter at Balenciaga. But because Pier Paolo didn't specifically use friendship, somehow it's Meghan's spokesperson who's misconstrued the relationship. Somehow in some world where people write for a living and presumably read and have a level of reading comprehension, a designer saying that he and the Duchess met some years ago and have been texting ever since isn't something that you can read between the lines and say, oh, looks like they have something akin to, what's the word for it? Friendship, a mutual respect, similar artistic values, whatever. The point is, out of everything in this interview, this is not the story. One thing I do want to close with, we don't know if Meghan's been invited to other Paris Fashion Week shows this year or prior. There's also a chance that someone who knows her well enough to be in contact with her and texting over the years didn't think she would go to Paris Fashion Week because historically she hasn't been. But I guess where one says party foul, another could say supporting an artist that she admires and has a relationship with. Again, they must have some sort of relationship for her to choose to make her Paris Fashion Week debut at a Balenciaga runway show. After what they've been through over the past couple of years and knowing the way people would tie this to Meghan, despite the fact that there's a new creative director, she didn't design these campaign ads, what have you. I don't care what you call that, that's friendship.
We're back with another Meghan Sussex inspired outfit. From head to toe, the scarf is from a Barcelona boutique, La Comet. The coat is Zara. My boat neck styled long sleeve shirt is from Gap. My belt is from Mango. And my black pants Calvin Klein. And my flats are Franco Sarto. I love that these shoes go with so many outfits of mine. This is the third video in a row that I make with these. Anyway, so these are my accessories, a little metal mixing, and my watch is Belova. Ciao for now.
This Meghan Markle look from a couple days ago, I can't stop thinking about it. It's so good. There were actually two, and I loved both. This Ralph Lauren button down that she wears all the time. The pants are a little high for my liking, but she looks classy as hell. She looks beautiful. It's very East Coast preppy vibes, and I kind of fuck with it, although I do wish it were a different pant. But then for me, it is all about this look. Very understated, very clearly like not trying to get all the attention on her, but like it happened anyway. It happens every time anyway, no matter what she does, because even when she's understated, she is like just so bafflingly beautiful, like literally in photos. So on Getty Images, I can't even imagine in person. It's insane. Like, she's so pretty. It's crazy. And this was just very chic, very classy. I like the gold accents with the jewelry. Her hair and makeup looked amazing. I do feel like Harry should consider getting a hair transplant. I really don't know why they don't. I mean, I get it would hurt. Like, I probably wouldn't want to either. But, like, kind of surprises me that... because they could, you know? But anyway, she looks amazing. And I love her forever.
I don't want to sit around at Windsor because I just generally don't like England that much, and you know, it's nice to be away from all the press and the papers and the general shite that they write. And now I haven't really had a shower for 4 days. I haven't washed my clothes for a week, and everything seems completely normal. So yeah, I honestly don't know what I miss at all. You know,
back as a soldier.
More the fact that I think the media had said that they would never keep their mouths shut if I went and did the same job, so I'd have to do something different if I wanted to go. Yes.
With the media following his every moment, Harry can't hide his irritation.
Harry, you enjoying getting stuck in? Not really with you guys.
Tour of Afghanistan, Harry's exasperation, even loathing of the press, has shone through loud and clear.
My father always says don't read it. Everyone says don't read it because it's always rubbish. I'm surprised how many people in the UK actually read it. I mean, everyone's guilty for buying the newspapers, I guess, but hopefully no one actually believes what they read, which I certainly don't. But yeah, of course I read it. If there's a story and something's being written about me, I want to know what's being said. But all it does is just upset me and anger me that people can get away with writing the stuff they do, not just about me, about everything and everybody.
And that mistrust of the press, I mean, how far back does that go? Is that something that's
I think it's fairly obvious how far back it goes, to when I was very small.
I always assumed after the death of your mother, the two of you and your brother were lockstep. You were these solaces for each other who went through this experience together and went through the rest of your lives shoulder to shoulder as the only two who could possibly understand what you'd gone through. But that is not the case. Here. Are you surprised that people are surprised? Because people are surprised.
Are you surprised? Because that has been the narrative. Yes, I can understand why people would think that, but I guess more recently, especially in the last 6 years, it is all the fracture of the relationship between me and my brother has very much been pinned on my wife, funnily enough. Look, they always knew that my wife was going to leave because of the way that they were abusing her. But I think the most embarrassing thing is that I just decided to leave with her.
So do you remember when when they got married, a lot of members actually of the royal family even said it won't last 5 years. But it has.
It has. Yeah,
it's lasted 7.
Yeah.
The subhead of this article about Princess Beatrice and Eugenie says, as their parents' scandals rage on, the princesses occupy a unique position in the royal family, with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Oh my God, I thought we weren't allowed to have a half in, half out situation. So it's really interesting to see the British media say that these two have a half in, half out situation when they wouldn't let Harry and Meghan do the same. You know, Prince Harry, the son of the king, not the nieces of the king. So why do Eugenie and Beatrice get a deal that Harry and Meghan could not have? Is it because, they're both white and they both married white men? It couldn't be that, could it? Do you really think it couldn't be that? Because that's exactly what it is.
I love that Princess Meghan and Prince Harry are just getting on with life. She's at Godmother's bookstore. She's putting out, watch out for October 28th. There's going to be a release. They're just living their life while over the pond, all this mess is happening. And I really love that they are just chilling in California. Because if they were over the pond in the UK, we all know what would be happening right now. They would be used. Even though their names are being mentioned right now, they're not over there. They're not part of that mess. They're on a different continent on the other side of the world, chilling. And I love that for them.
So Meghan has been dropping some teasers for her upcoming products for the As Ever brand. And as you can see from the colours, we're moving slowly from spring, summer into autumn, winter and a more festive look. More blacks, red, it's all looking very sparkly and Christmassy. All of the teaser trailers have come with a save the date for October 28th message, and this one seemed to feature a glass of bubbly. So could we be getting a sparkly wine, some kind of Prosecco? That would be perfect for the holiday season, maybe a mulled wine or a red wine as well, and maybe some other limited edition products for the holiday season also. We also got another teaser with a video of what looks like raspberry spread. We know that that has been out of stock for some time. So those of you who are waiting for the raspberry spread, you might just get it, along with maybe, again, some kind of limited edition gift version of the spread as well. I feel like the As Ever brand just has so much potential to do so many things. At the moment, they're still going straight to consumer. We haven't even got into wholesaling or, supplying things like hotels, airlines, or anything like that. There's so much potential for this brand. Every drop has done so well. And we can see that Meghan is surrounding herself with incredibly smart women in the business world. As Ever is going to be huge. I cannot wait for it to hit retail. I cannot wait for international shipping. And I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with the With Love Meghan holiday season special. Let me know what you think is coming for As Ever, what you think they're going to add to the line in the comment section.
There's a song he wrote called Brenda's Got a Baby.
Brenda's got a baby, but Brenda's barely got a brain.
Came out for his first album, Tupacalypse Now. And Tupac, before that came out, was working on the movie Juice. And he's in New York filming Juice. And one day, every day at his trailer, he gets a New York Daily News. He was reading the newspapers. His mom would read him the newspapers as a kid, quiz him on it. And there's an article called Cries in the Night. And it's about a 12-year-old girl in the Noble Drew Ali public housing in Brooklyn who was raped by a cousin, didn't tell anyone, delivered the baby on the bathroom floor, wrapped the baby in an odd lot plastic bag, opened the trash chute, threw the baby down the trash chute, just getting rid of the baby. It's the day the trash compactor is supposed to go off. And someone downstairs hears the baby crying. The baby's taken to the hospital. There's an article in the Daily News about it. Tupac reads it. He says to Omar Epps, his co-star, I'm just gonna go write something. And he writes a song inspired by it. Tupac had an associate manager, confidant named Layla Steinberg, who I interviewed for this book. And Layla said to me early on, I've always been wondered what happened to the baby, if that was even real. So I worked with a genealogist named Michelle Sully, who's an amazing genealogist. And I said to her, it would be amazing if we could find the baby from Brenda's Got a Baby. And she said, give me a couple of days. And one day she gives me a number and she goes, I think this is him. And she gave me a name, Davon Hodge. And I text his number because nobody answers phones anymore. I attach the article and I say, by any chance, are you the baby in this article? And he writes back, holy crap, let me call you tomorrow. 2 days later, I'm in Las Vegas at a Starbucks sitting with Davon Hodge. He was adopted after this happened. His parents moved to Las Vegas. He was raised much of his life in Vegas. His adoptive parents died a few years ago. He does an Ancestry.com search. All these names come back. Noble Drew Ali Public Housing, Brooklyn, New York. He reaches out to them. They're like, holy crap, we've been looking for you for years. He goes there. He has this beautiful reunion. People are hugging him. There's food, all these relatives he never knew. And they say, do you like Tupac? He's like, yeah, I love Tupac. Like, do you know the song Brenda's Got a Baby? Of course. We think that's you. But he hasn't seen his mom since he was wee little because she threw him down the trash heap and vanished. I said to Michelle Sully, the genealogist of the gods,
find the mom?
Can we find the mom? Give me a few days. She calls her and she said, I'm working with this writer, Jeff Pearlman, about a book about Tupac. Did you have a baby when you were 12 who you threw? She starts screaming. Do you know where my baby is? Do you have any idea? Oh my God, I've been looking for my baby for decades. Do you know where? She's crying and screaming. And Michelle says, yeah, we're in touch with him. She goes, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I need to get home. I need to get home. I live in Newark, New Jersey. I need to get home. Well, where are you? I'm at a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert. Oh, where's the concert? It's in Las Vegas. And they meet that night and reunite.
Wow.
Listen, y'all absolutely love being a black woman for many obvious reasons. But today, this is the reason it's sticking out to me. Yesterday, I was walking into a store and I was kind of in my head, just not even in the best mood or whatever. And as I was walking into a store, I saw another African-American woman walking out and I thought to myself, oh, she's really pretty. I love her outfit. But there was a considerable amount of distance between us as we're approaching. So I thought, okay, when we get close enough, like, I'm going to make sure that I tell her she's really pretty. I like her outfit. As we approach, she is on the phone and I was like, well, I don't want to interrupt her. We get close enough. This lady stops and like tells me, she's like, and she tells the person she's on the phone with, hold on one second. And she looks at me and she says, very cute, very classy. I love it. And I said, sis, I was waiting to tell you the same thing. It is so interesting to me how we can change the trajectory of a person's day by literally one compliment. by simply acknowledging the effort that they put into their appearance that day. I love us. Like, I really do love us. Find a black woman and tell her she's pretty today. That's your challenge. Go find a black woman and tell her something good about herself.
What do you want? We is watching Tubi. Leave us the hell alone. I done just told y'all that we are on break. We'll be back right around 2029. I don't know. We are on break. Leave us alone. We ain't bothering nobody. We is in this bed. We is watching Tubi. We got some good snacks. Leave us the hell alone. Y'all deal with all this. Stop asking questions. Obviously, you knew the answers. Leave us alone. We good over here. Hell, you're mad when we quiet. Hell, you're mad when we talking. Goddamn, we ain't bothering nobody. We is in our houses, minding our business, snipping on our tea, watching Tubi. That's all we doing. Leave us alone. We are on break. Do y'all get that? When somebody on break, you don't be messing with them. Leave them alone. We are on break.
The famous tribute to your sister. It must have been, how did you write that? And did you just read what you'd written? And
I wrote something very different. I flew back, I was living in South Africa. I flew back from Cape Town overnight. Very, very sweet stewardess helping me because I was in bits. And I'm sure everyone listening to this has had to deal with very profoundly emotional moments. I like to keep busy. And I had, in those days, I had a big, thick address book. And I thought, I want to find someone who's going to make the speech for her. And I got to Z and I hadn't found anyone. Got off the plane in Heathrow, called my mother. I said, I can't think who's going to give the eulogy. And I got an awful feeling it's going to have to be me. And she said, well, it is going to be you. Your sisters and I have decided it. And on the Tuesday night, I jotted a few things down. Very traditional eulogy. Almost, she was very good at this as a child and all that. And then I thought, well, this is ridiculous. That's not who she was. And then overnight, I must have been chuntering away, and I realized that my job actually wasn't to do that, but it was almost to speak for her. And I knew I'd been left at that stage. It had no legal standing, but I knew she'd left me as guardian of her sons. Obviously, the other parent being alive, that meant nothing, but it meant something to me. That sort of duty, I think. And then I wrote it in an hour and a half, and yeah, that was it really. I did take one bit out actually, because I did give a rather unnecessary name check to Rupert Murdoch, and and I thought, why bother?
No, why give him the publicity?
Yeah.
People are wondering what's happened to the food, why it's so expensive. Here it is on the side of the road. Free oranges.
Disappears after he was accidentally paid 300 times.
I don't think you understand how much money that actually is. 300 times somebody's salary, right? You want to know what the best magic trick is? Seeing how fast an employee disappears out of thin air, right? When you accidentally give him millions and millions of dollars, right? By the time you actually realize you made that mistake and call the store to talk to that employee, they're gone already, right? Hey, where's Brad? Brad left the country, right? He just changed numbers. And if you're a good coworker, you didn't see a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You can do it one-handed.
Yes.
You're a pro.
Yeah, come on now. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, okay.
So I'm stood here on the north coast of Ireland at the Giant's Causeway. Now,
Historians and geologists will have you believing that this was created by volcanic activity over 100 years ago. But I'm here to tell you that that is anti-black propaganda. But the truth is that this spectacular feature here was built by my ancestors, the first black people to ever arrive in Scotland. Now these were African giants from the area which we now call modern Sudan, Ethiopia and Kenya. They walked across the Sahara Desert, which wasn't a desert at the time, but was actually flourishing grasslands. When they reached the west coast of Africa, they swam in the Atlantic up north until they reached the Emerald Isle, the island of Ireland. Now some, when they reached here, decided they were going to stay and colonise Ireland. But others, my ancestors, weren't so satisfied. They wanted to keep going. They wanted to keep exploring. So these African giants built this bridge across the Irish Sea, a land bridge, a causeway if you will, which took them all the way over the Irish Sea into Scotland. So when people try to tell you, you know, there was never any black people in Ireland or Scotland before the 1900s and 1800s, just tell them, we colonised this island first. Our ancestors, the giants from East Africa, they came to this country and built this glorious causeway.
Do you ever stop and think about how life as a black woman in America requires disassociation? Like, we are so routinely faced with microaggressions and overt racism that you don't have a choice but to not react to it and essentially not feel it in the moment. Because if you were to feel all of it every time it happened, crash outs would be on the regular, your sanity would escape you, and prison would await you. Anyone else? No? Just me?
This is everyone that's sitting out here waiting for tacos. See these people? That's a lot of people. See all those? They're all out here waiting for tacos. All those. It's like 100 people before us. It's kind of getting cold out here, so it's really not too fun. Not very cold, but kind of cold. Like a little bit cold. I guess Halloween is one. I know, huh? It's like they just don't even get busy. So this Halloween going on tonight. Everybody's going on with candies. And you got all them babies dressed up. Them babies be dressed up. It's like a lot of people around here. Yeah, RV. Everybody minding the business with them taco food. everybody just eating tacos. Everybody's eating tacos. So if you want to come eat tacos, you come here and eat free tacos and eat candy and talk to babies. That's all we're doing here tonight. Them kids so cute. Oh, kids so cute. You should see some of these little teenager kids. They dressed up like police officers today. Like they be policing everybody. Making fun of cops. You know, I wore those police uniform one time myself for Halloween. Mine was a beautiful one, I tell you.